Hello everyone, welcome to the Ramblers. We talk about movies, games, and anything else that's cool. This is episode 22?
21.
21. This is our first episode of the year.
Happy New Year, guys. I know.
Why are you saying Happy New Year?
Because
We've already had a new
But we didn't do a New Year one.
Yeah, but we said Happy New Year in it.
Yeah, but it wasn't New Year's.
Yeah, I released it like the day after New Year's.
Yeah, but we didn't say Happy New Year in the video.
Yes, we did.
Did we?
Ah, fuck. But anyway, this is the first
It's 2018, guys.
This is the first podcast we've recorded in 2018.
I missed 2011.
That's an odd list, but why was 2011?
It was before senior high school started. It was alright.
True.
Good year for games.
I just don't want
2012 was good for games, man.
2011 was way better.
Was it?
2013 was
Oh,
pretty good.
2013 was really good as well.
Yeah.
2012 was kind of disappointing.
Oh, yes. As always, I got Danny. Hello, Danny.
Hello.
And I got our host, Eric.
Alright.
Hey, how you guys doing? Well, wait. So what came out in 2013? I can't remember what came out in
God
2013.
of War.
Yeah, Ascension, yeah, GTA 5, Last of Us, Bioshock Infinite.
Oh, yeah, true. See,
what
all
was
these
I
games I didn't play when they came out. Like, I didn't play Last of Us when it came out.
I played it like 6 months later.
I didn't play Bioshock Infinite when it came out either. I vicariously played those games. What was it in 2011? I can't remember.
Oh, wait, no. When did Last of Us come out? Was it 2013?
2013, yeah.
Shit, really?
Yeah, it's old now, man. 5 years old.
Oh, wait. No, yeah. Yeah.
5 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's been a while. Actually, the sequel's taken a while now. Holy shit.
That's good though.
But what did come out in 2011? I can't remember anything that came out in
You
2011.
want to know what came out in 2008?
No, go away.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yes.
Oh,
But
Little
also...
Big Planet.
Yes, but
Metal
also...
Gear Solid 4.
Eric, let me...
this is a good year for games, man.
Yeah, 2008 was amazing as well.
Growlancer! Guys! Growlancer!
No.
Atlas Games!
No. You know that game's niche, so why are you talking to us expecting
Because...
Also, that's hilarious thing about that game is like, it came out on a PS2 in 2008.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like Danny was playing because I bought it for Danny, a couple of days ago, and she was playing it last night. And the opening screen when we press start, it says Atlas 2008. So I was like, that doesn't make. And I checked when it came out. I was like, yeah, it came out in 2008. I was like, that is odd. Like that was not even like the beginning of the PS3's life cycle. That was starting to get well into it. The PS3 had been out for like 2
Probably
years.
why it only came out in Europe and like China.
Yeah, because
Or Japan.
yeah,
Probably Japan.
it's odd that it only came out. Well, it's odd that they developed it for PS2. Like I feel like that would have like they could have just made it look a bit better and released it on PS3.
I missed some of God of War 2 though.
True, yeah. Actually, there were a lot of games that were really late into the PS2's life cycle, and early into the PS3's life cycle. Like they were still. That's because the PS2 was so well made.
Yeah.
Not well made. It's so well sold.
It came out published in Japan by Atlas in 2006.
That makes a bit more sense. And then we got it in 2008.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. That's also like
released in Europe in 2008.
the PS2 was also very.
Which is PAL.
The PS2 was a very successful console though. Like the version of Sonic Unleashed that sold the most was the PS2 version.
Yep. And then I contributed to that.
Which is hilarious because it released with the Xbox 360 version and the PS3 version and a Wii version. So like that's odd.
I can't believe there was... I mean, it does make sense, but I still can't believe that there was a Wii version of Sonic Unleashed, which is absolutely terrible.
Well, there's a Wii version of almost every single game.
Yeah.
Like, Force Unleashed has a Wii version. It's
I was
terrible.
just thinking about that. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't mind it, but it's been a while.
It does have an.
It's been like a decade. Or something.
It does have an awkward fighting game attached to it as like a mini game.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it's just like, why is this even here?
I liked it at the time, but looking back, it's probably just way too waggle heavy.
Yeah. So what have you guys been up to? You guys been up to anything? So I wanted to discuss those years in gaming because I couldn't remember.
Yeah, no, I was really happy and like...
What came out in 2011?
I don't know what came out in 2011.
Uncharted 3, Portal 2,
yes.
Deus Ex,
Oh,
Human
yeah.
Revolution,
Dragon Age 2.
Battlefield 3,
Oh yeah, Battlefield 3.
LA Noire.
That's like the HD port for that is sold not ridiculously expensive, but I went to eBay and JB, it's like $70. And I was like, no, what? Ugh, alright. Like I was actually considering it because I've never played it, but I was like, oh yeah, I'll get the HD version. It costs almost the price of a full retail game. That's a bit ridiculous. But yeah, what have you guys been up to?
playing old and new games. Actually, my 2 games that I've been playing, 3 games that I've been playing at the moment.
Yeah, what was that?
2 JRPGs and an RPG.
Fucking Weeboo. No, I'm joking.
So I've been playing, obviously, Greylancer, Monster Hunter World. Not Monster
That's
Hunter.
not a JRPG. That's more
What
of an.
is it?
That's more of an action game.
There's
There's no stats in leveling. It's more of an action game.
Okay, 2 RPGs and a action adventure
racist.
game.
Yeah, it's like an adventure game.
Yeah, no, I was just staring at you because you
Because
called
I'm
me.
so pretty. I'm so pretty.
No.
R.I.P. my soul.
But yeah, so Greylancer, Monster
Divinity
Hunter.
and Monster.
Yeah, and Divinity Original Sin 2.
What did you have to do? You're graduating. Uni.
I am in like 3 weeks, according to Chris.
Yes.
Which I'm.
You looking forward to graduating? You looking forward?
I'm not looking forward to the ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah, ceremony suck.
It's 2 hours of just sitting there going,
Do you have to go?
oh, you don't have to, but
Don't.
my family, no, my family wants me to
Yeah.
go.
And also, as much as it's annoying, it is. Like,
Yeah.
It is like a pretty much once in a lifetime thing, unless you go for honors.
And if you like the people there, yeah. Like
Yeah.
to like high school.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the
just-
thing,
it
is
just
that
I went to my sister's graduation for high school, and that was a pain in the ass to
that
sit
was
through.
3 hours.
That was so
they blow at
long.
high school.
Like, it was so funny. We like that. Like obviously they had like the music class playing songs and shit. I felt bad they had a keyboardist up there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
His keyboard wasn't synced up, like linked up to the auditorium speakers. So he was just sitting there. He was playing and it was on, but you couldn't hear him because
Oh, really?
they didn't mic him up properly, and he was so mad. I was like, I'd be mad too.
He didn't even do anything. He was just like,
Yeah.
just sitting there staring off in the distance.
I've got to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you on the podcast. When we were at Falls and we saw Everything, I don't know if you can make it out. Look at the sticker on the bottom of his guitar.
Oh,
It's a Wayland Yutani
that's a
one.
Wayland Yutani sticker.
I noticed it straight away. It's awesome. I don't know why he had it,
That's
but it's awesome.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you're graduating, Danny. You went to Falls, Eric.
The Ultra Music Festival was pretty good.
Yeah, for those who don't know, yeah, Falls is a music festival. It's like an alt music.
Is it?
I'd call it an old music
yeah.
festival, yeah.
And then
Is it like, well, is it internationally known Falls, or is it more just like
I think-
Australia known?
Maybe not like super well, just because it's not like, the big ones like Coachella or like Lollapalooza or something.
It does seem like an
down-
Australian Coachella.
or like
though.
Download or Warped Tour or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. But I'm
Yeah.
sure people do know it.
The fact that it sold out, I'm pretty.
Although it didn't sell out till like a week before.
there's still a lot of tickets selling.
Yeah, no, heaps
because
of people there.
That's good because like usually at festivals like they add more tickets the long like they have their initial ticket pool. A few months down the line they'll add more tickets in, and then they'll add another couple more a bit before. The fact that it sold out close to that they actually sold out of tickets. Like
Yeah.
I assume it was like super packed then. Like
Oh yeah,
ridiculous.
especially on the second day.
Oh man. Yeah, it's over 2 days. Which day was better? What day did you prefer?
They were pretty even. That's why everyone wanted to go both days because they did
nice.
a really good job of balancing them out.
That's good. So you saw you told me you saw everything. You saw Daryl
Yeah.
Braithwaite,
Saw Liam Gallagher,
the one.
amazing front man.
Yeah.
He was quite rude. But
Was he
entertaining.
actually like really rude to everyone?
Yeah, he was a bit, just like his attitude, you could tell like he just looked angry and like he really did look like he wanted to fight someone.
No man.
Why? Like what?
Hey, man, musicians, they're weird.
Don't forget, Noel describes him as a mentally unwell village idiot. So that's really all you need to know.
A village idiot.
Yeah,
I
this is
mean,
probably
yeah.
cool.
Oh man. I was considering going, but I was like, I don't really know enough of the, like the.
See, I saw of the lineup and I was like, oh man, I actually would have benefited from going there because I love there's a lot of those. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. So I would have gone just because I like festivals. Like festivals are rad. I like just walking around this, like going checking out bands and shit
Yeah.
in the blistering heat. And it's fucking good. But yes. Anyone else? No. Cool. So today's podcast. I'm talking about a few things. We got a new segment, of course, which we'll go into in a second. But the main topic of this podcast is me and Eric recently finished Resident Evil 5.
Again.
Again, yes. I think this is the second time I've beat it.
Yeah, same. Second time I've actually beat it.
I've played it off and on a few times where it's just like, oh, I'll play this chapter randomly or like I'll do this, but never have done a full playthrough, a second full playthrough. We've done that. But yeah, so we'll be talking about that. It's part of like a new not segment, but like new
segment.
Yeah, actually, that's probably a good way to go. So, like, we had an idea for, like, a segment which isn't going to be very planned. We should do it when we feel like doing it. It's called, Is It Really That Good / Bad? And how that works is we take a game that's either widely regarded, or movie, widely regarded as fucking really good or really bad, and we have a look at it and see if it's really good or really bad. And Resident Evil 5, we figured... Well, we didn't plan to do Resident Evil 5. I think the one we planned to do was Lair. Because I really wanted to play it. Danny loves it. And Eric has no inclination towards it.
No, not really.
So it was like, it's perfect. But then I started playing it, got bored 3 missions in, and was like, this is not good.
And I had no inclination to play it, so that made me really happy hearing that.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't feel it. And then Danny was like, I'll just talk about it without playing it again. I'm like, play it again, Danny. I'm like, no, I don't.
I don't wanna.
You're like, no, I don't. Let me have my nostalgia. So we didn't. So, but me and Eric were often on playing Resident Evil 5. We were like, we should play through Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 is fucking awesome. That's why I decided this one first. Also, it's a pretty good topic, I think.
Yeah.
To go with. Yeah, because Resident Evil 5 is the one that's oddly regarded as the worst.
No, not the worst.
No,
the one that started the decline.
Yeah, but it's... we'll talk about more when we get to that segment. Yeah. But we'll talk about news, because I actually got quite a bit. Most of it movie-related, most of it comic book movie-related. Because what other film genre is there? The answer is none. There's only for comic book movies. So the first bit of movie news we got... there's 2 bits they kind of interlink together, but the first one we got is Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2, New Mutants, and Gambit have had their release dates moved.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
How? Why?
I'll get to that. So Deadpool 2 has been moved from June 1st this year to May 18th. So it's come forward.
Oh, okay.
Which is a pretty good sign. Gambit, which was meant to come out February 2019. Has been moved to June 7th, 2019. So it's a bit of a move.
Yeah.
And New Mutants, the reason I mentioned New Mutants last because it's had the biggest shift, and it's also got a reason behind it.
Okay.
New Mutants has been moved from April 13th this year to February 22nd, 2019.
Jeez.
It's been moved back to almost a full year.
Which one's this, sorry?
New Mutants. The horror movie one. Now, before we talk about each one of these, the reason why New Mutants has been moved back is they had a test screening because, New Mutants had that trailer that came out not so long ago that was really good, that we all really liked.
Yeah.
And so they did a test screening, and the test screening was good, but it wasn't great. And the whole reason why they've pushed it back is they're making the movie scarier.
Oh, okay.
Is because
I'm keen for that.
So what we all know is that New Mutants is a horror film based in the X-Men universe, right? This is obviously the director said he was going for a full horror film, as well the producer said it was like a haunted house vibe. So I think clearly from the test screen they got, they were like, we could do better. So that from the director said they're turning into a full-fledged horror offering.
The fact that they're doing that is actually pretty cool.
So I was like, what do you guys think about that? Like,
it's cool, yeah.
Yeah. I really like that. Daniel, what were you?
I'm excited for a spooky X-Men.
I'm really intrigued.
Obviously, it's not X-Men, but yeah.
I'm really intrigued by the fact that Fox did that, because as much as Disney has bought Fox, that transaction won't be going through for like a long time. I think 18 months until that actually happens. It is happening. But it's cool that Fox allowed them to push it back to be like they've acknowledged the film isn't as good as it could be, so they've pushed it back almost a full year.
I think we're getting the Dark Phoenix movie this year.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix movie this year. That's the only one that's remained. That's kept its release date. Everyone else has been moved. That's really cool that New Mutants they want to make it scarier. Because when I heard they were going to make it a horror film, I already had that in mind where it's like, this is going to be a full-fledged horror film.
And maybe like an American Horror Story type.
But yeah,
I mean, obviously that's not spooky, but like, you know.
Oh, I assume it has its moments. You've seen it, yeah?
Oh.
Not really, though.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like they sort of start out spooky and then they sort of just kind of lose it and it's more kind of disturbing.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. But it's cool that they did that because, like, obviously what they were going for originally must have been an X-Men movie that had spooky themes or like is spookier or like scarier, but then they're like, no, we're going to make this a full-fledged horror movie, which I actually think that's good.
A movie or a series?
It's a movie. New Mutants is a movie.
Oh, okay. I thought it was it's a Netflix movie, isn't it?
No,
The Runaways?
It's a full Runaways, and there's the Gifted. Those are series.
Yeah.
And Runaways is MCU. Gifted is X-Men Universe.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking confused.
I know,
about
right?
all this.
Yeah,
It's
I didn't even know that there was those other ones.
But the New Mutants is a movie.
Okay.
It's got the Maisie Williams in it from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
She plays one of the characters.
Oh yeah, okay, no, I do.
Yeah. But yeah, that's got the biggest departure because they want to make it scarier, which I'm all for. Deadpool 2 has been moved forward by a month. It's been moved to May.
It's like a couple of weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, not even a full month. But that's not even really worth that much talk about because it's not like that's not that much of a departure, and we've all said our thoughts on Deadpool 2. It's gonna be pretty good. Like I was
Yeah.
The interesting
That's the hope.
actually no, the interesting thing about them moving Deadpool 2 is they put it just after Avengers Infinity War and just before Solo, a Star Wars story.
Ooh.
So it is that gap. May and June are going to be the most brutal, at least for movies, because we're going to have Avengers, this, and then Solo, a Star Wars story. That's going to be cool. Do you guys think that Deadpool 2 would be able to hold up against Avengers
Yes.
Infinity War and
Yeah, so
Solo?
different types of movies.
Yeah.
And also Deadpool has Deadpool has a massive love from a lot of people.
I was gonna say, it has not just the established fan base, because Deadpool from the get-go had the established fan base.
Yeah.
But it has the established fan base that knows they can do good shit.
From
So
the first movie.
Yeah, so they've got an even bigger fan base that's like... Then there's those people who saw Deadpool, had no idea who Deadpool was, and then ended up loving it. Which I don't know anyone like that, because a lot of people I know, or everyone I know knows who Deadpool is, and that was before the movies came out. Or the movie came out. But, like, that's pretty cool that, like it has that fan base where I think Deadpool is the type of movie where it could survive against Infinity War. And Solo, the Han Solo film. Even though...
When's the Solo film coming out?
June.
Oh, really?
So not another year release, so we're actually getting a new Star Wars movie pretty soon.
Wow.
Which I'm... Like, it's good. I like the year gap, so it's like we have one, we can freak out about it for a month, and then we forget, and then we're like, alright, cool, Star Wars is done for a bit. Maybe we'll get, like... Then there's those, like, who read, like, we watch Rebels and read books and shit, and all that stuff. But then, it's like December is Star Wars month, but now June is Star Wars month, and they've moved it forward, which is a bit odd. I think, I don't know. What do you guys think about Star Wars being, or Han Solo coming out in the middle of the year instead of in December?
I'm happy with that.
Really?
I get that, like, December, as you said, has always been Star Wars month. But
Oh, not always in, but ever since Force Awakens.
I'm not particularly fussed. I like Star Wars.
What do you think about it, Eric?
I don't really mind. That got me to thinking though, and we can put this in news, I guess. But
Yeah.
as we know, Ron Howard is now directing Solo.
Yeah.
Known for his work on Arrested Development, season 5 coming soon.
Yeah.
Have you seen Arrested Development?
Not all of it.
Have you seen the newest season?
No.
Have you heard about the way that's cut though? It's like
No.
each episode focuses on a character.
Oh yes, you told me about that. Yes.
Supposedly around the time of season 5, the director of Arrested Development has cut it because there's like about 15 episodes, so a bit longer than the other ones.
Oh yeah.
They've cut it down to 22 episodes, but shorter, and they've cut it differently. So now each episode is spliced with multiple characters.
Oh, okay.
It's like a different cut, and they're trying to release that.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty cool. So it's not. No. Why do you think that's better or worse?
A lot of people really don't like the way it was originally cut, and they're really looking forward to it. I'd be curious to see what it's like because I don't mind it, but it does just make for episodes you just love and ones you just don't care about.
Yeah, because I do see the mindset behind why I did that because the one character in episode thing is
it was just availability apparently,
Yeah.
just getting everyone.
but also the whole mixing the episodes together. I can see how that'd be really good, but I can see how that could backfire horribly at the same time. Because if you've got one arc that sucks, then you've got those bits that are going to show up in every episode where you're like, Tobias wouldn't have the terrible arc. Tobias is awesome.
Tobias is in the new season. Him and Job's arcs are the best.
Oh, sweet. But yeah, I like the whole Star Wars thing. I don't like the idea of it coming out in June because I feel like you hear about those people. Same with like the superhero genre, right? Where like, oh man, like it's oversaturated. The genre's gonna die. Ooh, like people are gonna get sick of it, and and like they say about Star Wars quite a bit as well, like, oh, a Star Wars movie every year, everyone's gonna get sick of Star Wars, but like the wait is long enough where
Yeah.
you don't, like, you're not always watching a brand new Star Wars movie. You have a year into your next one. A year is a pretty long amount of time. But like, if they move it forward, then we've got 6 months until the next one, and then so it's even a shorter things. Then we have then we've got a year and a half for episode 9, because episode 9 won't come out this December. It'll be next year.
That's right. Yeah.
Or June, I assume. But I assume that'll be January. But I feel like that could lend to the whole getting the fatigue of Star Wars, and all that stuff. All right. Anyone else? Anything else they want to add to the Fox movie dates being moved around and New Mutants being made spoopier?
Not particularly.
Cool. This one's a bit small, but I feel like it's worth mentioning. John Wick 3 has got its working title. It's called Alpha Cop, which is a bit of a weird title, but I like it. And it is set to release 2019 in May. So
2019 in May. Oh, okay, so soon-ish.
Well,
Over a year.
Yeah, over a year. Because John Wick 2 came out last year in 2017. Have you seen John Wick 2, Eric?
No, I haven't.
It's really good. I highly recommend. And you've seen it, Dan, because we watched it together.
Yes.
Did you like John Wick 2, Danny?
I did. I've... It's not like... I wouldn't call it mindless fun, because it is...
I wouldn't call it mindless fun
because
either.
it does have emotion, and it does have, like...
But it's also put together...
Yeah.
More, like, put together better than a mindless movie would be.
And also Ruby Rose's Bay.
Yeah.
Ruby Rose is great.
Yeah.
I love everything that she does, though.
No,
I like Ruby Rose as a person.
I'm so excited for John Wick 3 because the ending of John Wick 2 really lends to the premise of the third one. But also, I don't want to spoil for anyone who you haven't seen it, but stuff. But like, also John Wick has, just with these two, has become my favorite action movie franchise now. Like, it's beaten Die Hard and all that shit. Oh, Die Hard's had some pretty terrible movies though.
Die Hard 5.
Yeah, Die Hard 5 and Die Hard 2. I don't like Die Hard 2 very much. But yeah, there's that. The last bit of news for movies, and we got one bit of game news, and that's about it. Is Black Widow is getting a solo movie now.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the writer of the show, one of the screenwriters of the show, The Blacklist, is writing the script for Black Widow. So this is actually happening now. Like, this, all the scripts being written.
Yeah.
By Kevin Feige's commissioned the script, which means they wouldn't commission it if they weren't thinking about doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you guys think about Black Widow?
I'm keen.
Finally getting her own solo movie.
I mean, it's always been. I feel like it always was going to happen. It was just whether people really.
Well,
really
it's been one of the things that people have been asking for a while from
Yeah.
MCU. They were like, why doesn't Black Widow have her own movie? Because, and I think it's because they, again, I think people seem to forget how far forward planned the MCU is. Like, they don't do it one movie at a time. Like, they have the plans 10 movies ahead of what we're ahead. They know what movies they're doing.
Yeah.
So, like, oh, all right, we don't have the room to fit in a Black Widow movie at the moment, but now looks like we have the room to fit it in. That's pretty
That's
cool.
what I feel like. They had it on, like, in, like, a little asterisk, like, written on, like, a script,
we'll,
like a piece of paper or something, being
we'll
like,
do later.
Black Widow film, but it just...
We'll do later,
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention, a while ago, in terms of X-Men news, or X-Men movies news, Gore Verbinski, who's the director of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, he was brought on to do Gambit. He is now no longer doing Gambit. He left, I think today, they announced that he left the project today.
Okay.
So Gambit, despite having a solid release date, still has no director.
So kind of like the Solo film.
What do you mean? Gambit is a solo film.
No. The Han Solo film.
Fuck, my bad. Well, that lost a director but got a new one immediately.
And then they lost it again.
No, they only lost one director.
Oh.
You're thinking of Warner Brothers with the DCEU. Flash is the one. The Flash movie is the one that got directors. No, the Han Solo stuff. They had Chris Miller and
Yeah.
no, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, or Tim, I can't remember the name.
Yeah. And then
Those two, they got fired. Ron Howard was hired immediately. He was brought on literally the day they announced it.
I feel like before they had some other director. Okay.
They, honest to God, it was Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Okay.
And then they got fired the day after Ron Howard was brought on. Like, literally, there was no time. It was like, all right, cool, Ron Howard, you're directing this. And have fun. it was the Django or the Boba Fett movie lost a director, but they haven't gotten a new director on board for that.
Yeah, no, I didn't even.
But it's
I didn't even know that they had a director for the Django Fett film.
Boba Fett. It was
Fett.
Josh Trank, but he got.
I didn't even know the Boba Fett film had actually a plan, but
We talked about it on the podcast a few podcasts back.
yeah, I don't remember that. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep.
Not 2 hours.
Well, cumulatively in the last 3 days, the 3 nights, I've gotten a 10 hours sleep.
That's not good.
Yeah.
You gotta fix your sleeping pattern. Although someone talking in the background of our podcast, so. Anyway, so yeah.
You can shut the door for a bit if you want.
Nah, get too hot in here.
I'm already sweating, but I don't really care. Just because I'm tired.
But yes. What is it? So, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, Black Widow getting a solo movie. What do you think about Black Widow getting a solo movie, Eric?
Well, I've got a question to you. Do you reckon it's influenced by the success of Wonder Woman?
Definitely, 100%.
To be honest, I'm not surprised. I mean, as you said, Marvel's years in front of their planning, so that's probably why they didn't make it sooner. But I feel like they would have, because they mentioned it pretty soon once Wonder Woman came out, pretty popular, and they're like, yeah, no, Black Widow film's happening.
Yeah, I feel like Marvel probably maybe hit themselves because they're like, damn it, we could have had the first.
Damn it, yeah, we didn't want to, bet in a woman-led film.
Yeah, and
They're
then
one of those people that like it doesn't work, even though that's
Woman.
that's not based on anything.
Yeah. And then Wonder Woman comes out and becomes like one of the most successful
Yeah.
comic book movies of all time, and they're like,
And now DC's got like this massive big,
it's so
like, fuck you for them.
It's so good. It even stood out. Like, oh no, it's not hard to stand out amongst the DCEU, but it wasn't even like, well, that was good compared to the DCEU. It was like, no, that's actually a good movie. Like,
I mean, Suicide Squad stood out. It wasn't good, but
Yeah.
it still stood out.
yeah, it stood out for being particularly bad. I'm so keen for a Black Widow solo movie because they can make it like a spy thriller. The only funny thing is I can't remember what the movie is. I think it's called Red Sparrow, I think. Jennifer Lawrence has a new movie coming out.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
Red Phoenix. Dark
No,
Phoenix.
that Dark Phoenix is the X-Men movie.
No, Jennifer Lawrence. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hunger
Well,
Games
Jennifer Lawrence is in X-Men. She is, but
Who is she playing as?
she plays Mystique.
And they use it too much because it's Jennifer
Yeah.
Lawrence. so
That's
they use
right.
it.
Yeah.
So they
that's,
don't make her blue often enough.
Yeah, especially in Apocalypse, she's blue
because
like
Jennifer
3 times.
Lawrence didn't
Yeah,
want
it's
to be
like
blue.
Harvey blue.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of
That's so dumb. I hate that shit.
I
what's
hate
her
that
name?
too.
I'm thinking of Dark Phoenix lady.
What, the chick from Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's not.
Sophie Turner.
That's the one. Yeah.
No, but like, I can't remember, it's called like Red Sparrow or something. I can't remember. But it's essentially, it is pretty much a Black Widow movie. But it's about a female spy who's like an agent who's skilled in everything, and they like seduce people and then kill them. So it's literally Black Widow.
Like Mistake.
Pretty much, but like without the thing. But it is literally like the style of it. It looks like what a Black Widow movie would be. So like it's kind of like Marvel's been beaten to the punch.
Which is good. I'm happy.
Don't turn the light off.
It's warm in my face.
We need to see.
No, we don't.
Turn the light back on.
We're just talking.
Sure,
Yeah.
but turn the light back on.
Nah, it's better like this. It's more spooky and it's cooler.
Fuck you.
No.
Keep put the screen on then, so we have some light.
There.
When it comes actually on. There we go. Okay, we have some light now.
It's pretty spooky, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty keen for Black Widow. Are you keen for Black Widow solo movie, Danny?
Yeah.
You keen for one, Eric?
Yes.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be pretty good.
It's when I can't just nod. I have to actually say something.
I know, yeah. Like, I'm just like, wait, no.
Well, it's a podcast. We have to say something.
Not if it's a video podcast.
It's not a video podcast. We're not video really.
Thank God.
We're not filming. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because half the time I'm like, my pajamas. It's like, no, don't want to do that.
But yes, that's all the. Oh wait, we got one bit of game news.
Which is?
Not much of. There's not much. I went looking for game news. Like there was Nintendo Direct Mini the other day, but this is where this bit of news is coming from. But everything else, again, none of us.
Is it all Nintendo related?
No, like the one bit of news isn't. It's everything related, but it came from Nintendo. But everything
There's
else.
actually been other games released as well for the Nintendo Switch, by the way. That just came out today.
What was that?
Donkey Kong
Okay.
Country Breeze, or whatever it is.
Tropical
Tropical
Freeze.
Breeze.
No one. No.
Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
Not saying no one cares, but no one cares.
Except for like,
Yeah, but wait again. We've expanded this podcast, and for those who don't have, maybe this is for the first time listeners. None of us are big Nintendo people, like at all. Not so much. None of us have Switches. None of us play the new
I
releases.
want to get a Switch. I'm broke though.
You know what I mean, though. Like, we won't report on the podcast about every single thing Nintendo does because we're not that. It's more bigger stuff that most people.
When we all move, I'll contemplate buying us a Switch. I probably won't do it. I'll probably get us VR because I used PlayStation VR for the first time.
Same.
Oh, so did we. It was.
I played a little bit of Resident Evil 7.
Oh, so did I.
It's so good, right?
You're in the same house as me.
No. No, like,
really, last weekend.
Not last weekend.
Oh,
but
okay.
It was like last week.
Yeah, it was.
Just before. No, not last week. Just before Christmas, we tried it out.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
Especially when you're near people. Like,
Yeah.
did you play the opening?
Yeah.
When you're near me or the opening, that makes it so much better. Like, that's cool.
Like.
Damn, the graphics take a hit though.
Yeah, they do.
Damn.
It looks trash. It is look bad.
Although the character models still look good.
I do like the bit when, like, you know, when you're going through, because I sped, because I was a bunch of people. I was at someone's house and everyone was trying VR out, so I was speeding through.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
So I went
Yeah.
straight to the fireplace, pulled the thing, and was like, the dead body wasn't even there. That gets spiked on the pole.
Yeah.
It wasn't even there. Like
Which would have been a cool.
Oh, in
thing.
VR, you know how the dead body pops up from the water? It didn't really do it in VR.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it didn't. I turned around, there it was, but there was no jump scare with it.
I got the full jump scare. Like, it came up into my face. That water bit was cool because when I went in, I literally put my head up. I was like, wait a minute. There's no actual water. I also, because I tried PlayStation VR Worlds, which is like especially the tech demo, and one of them is an exosuit mech piloting gun game.
Oh yeah, and
that
you're,
was
space.
like as a mech fan, like that made me like so
when we all
happy.
move, like I'll probably get VR.
Yeah. Which would be cool. It's also a good party thing as well.
Yeah.
Just get everyone around, swap the headset around.
There's a new box with it. That's it's still expensive, but it's noticeably cheaper now because you can get the camera.
Also, I've got the camera as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the headset and the controllers. I think in one.
Yeah. I want to give Farpoint a go. That's the first-person shooter game that came with.
I want to give the Impatient a go when it comes out.
Oh yeah, because that's
that's
Evil
just
Dawn
come out.
prequel. I don't think it's out just yet.
Oh.
Not in this country.
There's there's also a Sky Pirates type of VR game coming out where you pilot like a airship.
It's called Sky Pirates.
No, it's called Blood something.
Bloodborne
VR. No.
Blood Bowl.
Like LA Noire has VR mode.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Lesson
It actually does.
Yeah.
I've seen some playthrough, like gameplays and.
we've learned: Rockstar, you can't do VR.
Oh, they tried so hard,
They
and
can
it
do
does.
table tennis though.
Yeah, it's true.
They can.
And they can do tennis. They can also do golf and crane stacking. They can do crane stacking.
Can they?
Yes, because in GTA 5, you know, has the crane stacking.
Oh, fuck off with that. That's shit. Man. Don't even talk about that. Why GTA 5 is not as good as GTA 4. You heard it here first because of that shit.
Yeah, the crane stacking.
So fun.
Yeah, I know. It's like, now I get to see what it's like to be a middle American.
I know. It's
Oh,
so boring.
God,
I want to be
yeah.
a criminal.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, that bit of video game news I didn't get to mention because Danny was like, so Dark Souls 1. What?
Nothing.
Yeah. Dark Souls 1 is getting remastered for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch.
Is it all of them?
Yes, all of them.
Yep.
Or just Dark Souls 1, but yes.
Yeah.
It's getting remastered. But yes, Dark Souls 1's getting remastered. What do you guys think about Dark Souls 1 getting that sick remaster?
I'm excited because
Yeah.
number 1 has aged a little bit.
Yes, it has a fair bit. A bit more than fair, but a fair bit. Danny, you're not particularly big on the Souls games, Danny. No. Eric, you've been recently introduced into it.
Playing Bloodborne, yeah.
Yes.
I played a bit of Demon Souls and Dark Souls prior to Bloodborne.
Yeah, and I've been on them. I've played all of them, but I've never beaten all of them. So I'm on a mission to beat all of them, which has now been put on hold because of the new version of Dark Souls. So I want to get that. But Danny, I'm curious about your opinion because you're not a Souls fan.
No.
What is your opinion on?
I am.
Would you give Dark Souls a go now? It's getting a remaster.
No.
Really? Oh.
I stopped after not even defeating the Cleric Beast in Bloodborne. I do not want to go through that again in Dark Souls
that's
or
fair.
Demon Souls.
Did you try rolling?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have. You should have jumped or sidestepped. Don't roll.
I rolled
rolling
into
is the sixth step.
I rolled into his legs and then he killed me. And
Did he
so-
roll behind his legs?
No.
You gotta
Oh,
You gotta go behind him. And then you can, the main Dark Souls
He's
strategy.
pretty spin legs, but legs are a bit weak. His upper
But it's
body's too
not
big.
Dark Souls.
It's a
Bloodborne.
Souls game. The main Souls game strat is attack the booty, go for the booty. That's the main strat that is the like the.
Especially with Cleric Beast, he's not a thick boy, so he can't withstand it.
Yeah. He's just
I nearly beat him multiple times, but I just don't have the patience for it.
That's fair. Like
I can't sit through a game.
Soulsborne isn't for everyone.
Soulsborne.
Yeah, that's it's like a term for the entire series.
Because I don't have the patience to sit through and try and redo the same thing over and over again.
Or you could do what the fan base would say and get good and do it once.
Well, then they can just go fuck themselves in the ass. That's what they can do.
Savage Danny is savage.
I have zero care for that. Just because I don't... Yeah.
You're so savage.
I know, because I don't like Dark Souls fans.
You like the... Oh, yeah, no, Dark Souls...
Unlike us glorious Bloodborne fans.
Yeah. Like, Dark Souls there's two types. There's the people who play it because they love it, and there's the douchey people who are like, dude, it's so level 1 with only using starting sword, get good, and then like...
Something new with Cuphead.
Did it only using bend fire, get good.
Only use the pea shooter, bro.
I haven't even upgraded my shooter yet.
Actually, you don't hate Dark Souls game because we got the Dark Souls board game, and we played a lot of that.
That's different.
It's pretty good though. Like,
Because it's...
I heard it's the Cuphead of board games.
Oh my god, can you imagine a Cuphead board game?
That'd be amazing. I'd
That
buy
would
that
be
straight away.
awesome.
yeah.
I want that. We should ask them to do that.
Kickstarter. Kickstarter.
Yes, they probably got enough money they can just make it.
Contact
Yeah.
Fantasy Flights and be like, hey...
Like the fact that like, did you guys know the fact that like I think we discussed on the last podcast that the people who made Cuphead put their houses into mortgage to pay for the game.
That was pretty silly, but it paid off, so it's okay.
I
Yeah.
know, like, that I would never, like, I don't think anyone should do that.
We're Australian, so that's like don't mortgage your house if you don't need to.
Yeah, as America's.
You'll never get it back.
Yeah. You might as well give your house to another person because you're never getting it back. Pretty much. You might as well give all your possessions to the bank because they own you. They own you.
Bank of Queensland.
Yeah. Unintentional sponsor. No,
No, we're not sponsored by Bank of Queensland, please.
Oh man, what's wrong with that? Bank of Queensland.
No, Bank West.
No, fuck you.
No. But hold on, we're in combat.
Commonwealth. No, NAB. No, ANZ.
No, Bank of Queensland.
How about a bank that's in this state?
Hey man, we've got like 2 branches in Perth. Jesus.
Oh, what's that red one? It's like...
NAB.
No, not NAB, it's another one. It's like Ready. Oh, Ready Bank.
I never even heard of Ready Bank.
Yeah. It's red, and it's REDI.
That sounds like more shifty than Bank of Queensland.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, but yes, Eric, you're looking forward to Dark Souls Remaster.
I am indeed.
So you're gonna get it?
Yes, I will.
Oh sweet, that'd be cool.
Because I accidentally threw away the code you gave me.
I know it. Heartbroken.
I don't mean to.
No, it's all good. I don't mind.
Is your PlayStation turned on?
No.
Okay.
No,
Is it plugged in?
no,
Can you plug in, please?
no, because I'm charging my 3DS.
Fine. Alright.
Bitch. Smackdown. Yes. What are your foot doing there, Danny? Yeah. But you know, like, yeah, Dark Souls Remaster should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm keen because again, like you said, Eric, it's aged a little bit.
Yeah.
Like graphically, gameplay wise, gameplay wise, it's aged a little bit as well. It'd be nice to give it a Dark Souls 3 treatment, and make it look shiny and nice and all that shit. Yes. Anyone else got anything to add to Dark Souls or any other news things they've come across that I have possibly forgotten? Danny?
Yeah.
No.
Fucking good co-host, Danny. Jesus.
Yeah. I did say I wanted to skip this one.
You were tired, but no.
I wanted to go to bed.
No, we'll have to get up anyway. Anyway,
I know,
so
it sucks.
we'll move on to our next segment, which is the one that this is the point of. Which is more or less just me and Eric talking about Resident Evil and Danny chiming in with her outsider's opinion. Yes, we're going to be doing our, is it really that good or bad? For this case, bad for Resident Evil 5. So is Resident Evil 5 really that bad?
Yeah.
So yes. Eric, what was the first time you played Resident Evil 5? When did you first play it?
Oh, possibly the year it came out, if not, maybe the year after.
No, yeah. I forgot when I played it. I played it.
Came out in 09.
I think I played it, I think, at least a year later. And then I think maybe 2 years later I might have played it. Because I borrowed it off my uncle and then I played it with my stepdad. But yeah, like, what was your first opinion of Resi 5 when you first played it?
I thought it looked really, really good because it did for the time. It still looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
was like, oh, this is interesting for a Resi game. It's very light and you're in a desert.
Yeah. It's pretty... It's very, like... It is the polar opposite of what you would expect a Resi game to actually be.
You're out in the open in, you know...
In a pretty...
The sun.
Yeah, it's harsh environment, but not Resident Evil harsh, where it's like gross and horrifying.
Big house.
Yeah, or like a city that's under attack by zombies. It's like, no, you're in Africa, bitch. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, can you imagine if Toto showed up as a boss?
Oh.
You mean the person that made Africa?
Yeah, like the entire band is zombified.
That'd be cool.
That wasn't even singing.
I know, that was how a zombie
That
would
was
sing
wailing.
it. That's how a zombie would sing it. Jesus. Right, so you've never played Resident Evil 5, Danny?
I haven't played a Resident Evil game.
Yeah, and you're missing out.
Nah, not really.
You are. Eric, tell her she's missing out.
You start with 7 at least. 7's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 7 does look really fun, except I got like the entire game
Also,
spoiled.
4's super solid as well.
Yeah, I gotta play 4. 4 is close on my list of being played soon. After I beat Evil Within Witcher 3. One of those. Then Miller stuff. But yeah, so you've never played a Resi game in general.
That's correct.
Yes. So, I assume you knew about Resident Evil 5 back when it was coming out?
Nope.
Like, really?
No. I knew of Resident Evil games, but
You're one sheltered gamer.
I knew of Resident Evil, but I didn't know what it, like, I just knew it was a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
I hadn't zero care for it, so I was just like,
when did you come into contact with Resident Evil?
7.
Like, when did you find out about Resident Evil 5? Because it's a very infamous game.
When I met you.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you're one sheltered gamer.
I knew of Resident Evil games, I just never followed it up, so I had zero clue or zero care about it.
Well, then, for context, Resident Evil 5, for those who don't know, Resident Evil 5 it is the 5th, not including extra installments of the Resident Evil games, as its title would suggest, but it is the most... Not most hated, it is the...
No, not even close.
Yeah, it is the first of the Resident Evil games that...
Also, don't forget some of the new ones, like Operation Raccoon City, that really bad first-person shooter they released recently.
Oh, man. I forgot about Raccoon City.
And that's the other one they released recently. I think it's like a co-op shooter. Not a co-op, it's a competitive shooter.
Was it... Umbrella Corps.
Yeah, I think so.
That one. It was, third-person shooter.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, was it first-person or third-person?
No, it was third-person. Third-person with first-person aiming, so you could run around the iron.
Like
most third-person shooters nowadays.
Wait, wasn't it cover? It's like first-person, but cover third-person?
I don't even know.
Like the Deus Exes?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I didn't end up playing. Oh, actually, no, I think you're right. Yes, first-person.
Oh, man, Square Enix screwed us over so badly.
I know. It's so bad. Yes, so yeah, not the worst Resident Evil game, but it was the first, if you exclude like Resident Evil Survivor and shit like that.
Zero, yeah.
And Zero. It was,
although Zero was classically themed.
Yeah, and it is, I think, we haven't played Zero, but from what we've heard, Resident Evil Zero does have some merit. Like it has, from what I've heard, it is good, but not great.
Yeah.
But this is the first Resident Evil game where a lot of fans were like, no.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah. And it was like probably one of the first games to become a meme as well, with the classic Chris Redfield punching the shit out of a boulder.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yes.
It punches the shit out of that boulder.
I know. Which we'll give more context later on in this video, or podcast. But like, yeah, this was the first Resident Evil that was widely regarded as bad. And the first one in the decline of Resident Evil, which we followed up by the awful Resident Evil 6. But that's why I want to talk, because I don't particularly hate this game.
I don't either.
Like I think it's pretty... I think the first half is pretty damn solid. Like, it's probably the best part of the entire game is the first half. The second half kind of teeters, and the last, like, chapter 6, which is the last 3 missions, they're pretty bad, but like,
yeah.
we're on the boat, and then you go to the volcano boss fight, which is awesome until you actually realise you have to fight the boss.
They're interesting, but they don't give good direction at all.
And it goes all that. And then... there's that. So I think what, like, I think the first thing we'll talk about in terms of Resident Evil 5 is like the shift from like its gameplay, because it is so much more of a shooter than a horror.
Although
game.
It's not a huge shift from 4, really.
Yeah. Well, that's all. Yeah. So like, at 4, it's like how much of a shift is it from 4? Because I haven't played, but you've played 4.
Obviously being co-op, it's different because in 4 you're You're alone for, I don't know how much, like half the game.
Yeah.
And the other half you got Ashley with you, who of course is controlled by the computer.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, although it's really nothing, is you play for her for like a really, really brief section.
Oh, yeah.
And it fucking sucks because all you have to do is
Right.
avoid some enemies and you have to solve this really, really hard, just not fun puzzle.
Oh, that's the worst.
But you can just command her to do whatever you want, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
In Resident Evil 5, you can't upgrade your inventory. Resi 4 you can because you can buy bigger crates, bigger cases.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like a more expanded version, that's all.
Yeah. It's like, it is essentially, if from what I've seen of it, it's like, 5 was essentially like, what if 4 was like, what if Ashley was like someone who could shoot someone at the same time, was
Not just
controlled.
be shot
Yeah, and could be controlled by a player.
or be sexually harassed.
Yeah, exactly. By aiming up her skirt. Then that.
Or that Lewis guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then like that's essentially what Resi 5 is. I think as a co-op game, it's pretty fucking good.
Pretty damn good. Yeah.
Like it is actually. Because I hate co-op games where they don't actually use co-op to enhance the game. I hate it where it's just like oh you just two people. Like Halo doesn't take advantage of being a co-op game.
So you
like,
just pop in, don't you?
yeah, you just there and you're like, all right, there's another person to shoot stuff. As we're like. Resident Evil 5, you actually have to work together to do shit. Like, as much as I don't like Army of Two at all, Army of Two has good co-op mechanics, just the rest of the game around it is pretty terrible. But, like, that, again, like, you actually have to work together with stuff. As we're, the same with Resident Evil 5, where you actually have to, like, oh, you have to go over there, and then
Trade items, help each other, boost each other.
you have to go over there, pull that, while you're doing that, I'll cover you.
Command each other like we're doing in the laser room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. And there's a really good, like, the liquor area where, like, one person has to run up.
Take on different roles.
And then one person has to run up, push the box, the thing across the scaffolding, and the other person has to cover the liquors off of them. Despite that being really simple, that's, like, probably one of the most fun parts of the game, even though it's really hard. I really love that part. And then, like, the rush back once you're back on even area, but you still have all the rest of the liquors to deal with and shit. And, like, just, like, all those hectic moments that, like, actually make the co-op really good. I think you played it, when you first played it, you played it single player.
No, I played co-op when it first came out with someone, and then I bought it a couple years later and played it.
When you played single player, because one of the common regards about Resident Evil 5 is that when you're playing solo, the AI for your co-op partner is the worst.
Very common, yep.
Yeah, how'd you find the AI?
Completely acceptable.
Oh, sweet.
I did not mind it at all.
That's really surprising, because, like, again, like, a lot of people were like, oh, it's busted AI and stuff.
I don't think it was especially good, but I still found it, definitely playable. I
Yeah.
don't remember getting angry at it either.
Yeah, because I've heard some people be like, oh, like, they'd stop in front of you and you try and shoot, and, like, or they'd waste, like, an entire clip of ammo shooting it, not, like, shooting and missing, which isn't, like, too far accurate of someone who's actually playing the game, because there's been times where I'll be like, I'll use my machine gun and spray an entire clip and only hit, like, a dude 3 times. Speaking of, I do like the, like, when it comes to the item management, I am a big fan of the item management at Resident Evil 5, because it is it's kind of loadout based, if that makes sense, where it's like, it's Resident Evil, but, like, it's small enough that you can't pick every single thing you want. You actually have to pick things that you want, and you kind of make builds, kind of, where you're like it's kind of like
You were close range, I was long range.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, when we played, yeah, like, you were the sniper, and I went fucking shotgun and machine gun, because I was like, yeah, and you had, like, the grenade launchers, so I was like the more normal guns, you had all the special guns.
I was like specialist, yeah.
Yeah, and that's cool, especially for the co-op as well, that really boosts it, because that is, like, that's pretty well, like, made. It's like, again, like, you can't, it's like, oh, we both picked shotguns.
There's not really much point doing that.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, yeah, cool. As we're like, it's like, all right, you can, like, you had the Deagle as well, or the Desert Eagle, which fucking wrecked Wesker a bit when we were playing, and stuff. What do you think of the levels? Like, the levels for the most?
Yeah, they're fun in the beginning.
Yeah.
Once again, I'd say not as good as Resi 4's.
Oh, yeah, no.
Another thing that it does do really different is the tone. Resi 4 is still silly.
Yeah.
And Resi 5 is not.
Yeah. See, that's probably my biggest issue with Resi. Actually, no, I got a bigger issue. We'll get to it. But one of my biggest issues with Resi 5 is the fact that it doesn't know when to be funny or when to be, like, it takes itself either too serious or not serious enough, where it's like, motorbike zombies, woo!
But it doesn't know. Yeah. It's not self-aware.
It's taking itself seriously, but not taking itself seriously at the same time. And you're like, pick one game. You can't be both. I'm sorry, but like half of every villain that isn't Wesker is just like you're like, oh, like they're silly but not silly enough to be remembered. They're all
they're like over the top, but they don't know it, and they think they're really clever by making them.
That's like Sheva as well. Sheva's like one of the worst characters in Resident Evil.
She's a bit boring.
Yeah, that's why like she's just there to just repeat everything Chris says, but it's just like Chris is like all question him whenever he does something, just like, why are you doing that, Chris? And he would just be like, because I have to, and then it's like end of cutscene, and then that's the end of the dialogue and all that shit. But like the tone of Resi 5 is all over the place. It is not good. As we're like, which is not the common ground for a Resi game. It is better than 6 though, because 6 has a consistent tone, but it's boring. Because it takes itself way too seriously. Like it treats itself like a full blown like, besides one-liners here and there, it treats itself like a dramatic zombie film. And it's like, you're Resident Evil, you're not that. Like, well, Resident Evil 7 did that, but that did that well. But like, not. But 6 was. But we're not talking about 6 because 6 is not the.
We'll talk about that maybe on a later episode.
Yes, if we decide to play through 6. Oh god, it's like I'm having Vietnam flashbacks when we tried playing it like a few years ago, and just like that part where like we're in the car, you have to run to the car, and you like drive off, and then it crashes, you have to get out, and then run to a new bit, and there's just zombies everywhere, and we were just like, we just kept dying. We're like, we don't even know how this is like happening. Like this doesn't make sense, but but it, like one thing that's always gotten me about Resident Evil 5 is the fact that it's more action based, but the controls don't really support being more action based. If that makes sense. It still has the stand and shoot.
Yeah.
And like and stuff like that. What do you think about like at least the gameplay, like how it plays?
I don't mind that. I can see that would annoy you, especially because Resi 4 obviously does the same thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like the gameplay supports it a bit more.
Yeah.
It's just a bit slower paced, and it gives you more time to think about everything.
Yeah. I will say that Resi 5's enemies usually, despite the fact of being an action game, they still have the kindness to make the enemies, for the most part, meander up to you.
And they kind of need to, though.
Yeah, because if they did run at you, it'd be pretty bullshit. Like, they run when they get close.
If they run and attack you straight away.
Yeah, they run when they get close, which is a fair thing, where it's like, oh, yeah, they got close. So, like, I've had all this time to shoot them. So it is, like, my loss that they've run. But usually they meander towards you, like, oh, alright, cool, you're over there. I'll slowly walk in your direction so you have time to actually shoot. I assume it probably won't be like that on harder difficulties, because we played on normal, I think. So I assume on hard it is they run like bats out of hell at you and stuff. Speaking of levels, so I said earlier, like the first half of the game is pretty tight when it comes to its levels. They're all pretty well done, and they've got cool bits and all that shit. Like I love the first Ouroboros boss fight. We have to use the flame rooms. You actually have to trap it in a room and then just stuff. And like the one which is later in the game, but the boss fight where it's the other Ouroboros boss fight, but we have to use the flamethrower. One person has to get it, use it, and then refuel it. The other person has to kind of bait the monster and like not get murdered.
And they can shoot the tanks around it.
Yeah, and that's a really good level. So, but I like the first three levels, like first half of the game, because a lot of the levels actually have really cool gimmicks to it. Like the mines, like with the mines where you have like the one person has to carry the light, the other person carries the power and then can shoot. And then, although one person carries the generator for the light, they can't shoot, but they can power the light up, and the other person has to carry the light, but they shoot. I think.
No, it's just one person carries the light.
Yes.
There's no generator.
Oh, yes, true. My bad, I got mixed up. But yes, that's really cool.
Well, the generator's attached to the light.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like that's really cool. But one person has to like, and without that torch, you can't see anything at all, and all that shit. That's really cool. What do you think about like the monster design and stuff?
I was gonna say it's pretty good, but at times,
it's pretty
other times it's not. Yeah. Love the Ouroboros stuff. It just cultivates into just black mess of just nothing.
Yeah, it's not very special at all. That's the annoying part. I'm sorry, Dane. But yeah, like there are some bits like I love that bat boss you fight at one point. The one that like.
That's an interesting fight.
Yeah, it starts off as an aerial boss and then lands. You have to kind of like... That was a fun one. We had to like place mines down and shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. And there are some pretty cool bosses. The Wesker boss, despite being awesome, which is the final boss of the game, despite being awesome, really sucks. playing it.
It's really badly directed, yeah.
I hate, like, we were, like, so frustrated on that. Not because it was like, oh, this is a challenge, you know, like, we were just like, what the fuck are we even meant to do?
The Cuphead of games, it is not.
Yeah, exactly. Resident Evil 5 is not the Dark Souls of the Resident Evil genre. Like...
It's like 1 to 3, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Code Veronica. And
God,
possibly 0.
Code Veronica was brutal. It's weird because I heard some people say Code Veronica is one of the easier ones. I'm just like, how? Those red hunters! How do you get past them when you have no items left? Oh, man. There's still that, like... I'm trying to think of other stuff I like about Resident Evil 5 before I go into shit I don't like. I like the epicness of it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it is pretty, like...
Like, yeah, it's, you know, it can be really stupid at times when it doesn't know it, but it's still entertaining.
Yeah. And it has, again, like, some of the areas... I like the swamps, even though, like... the racist zombie swamps where it's just, like...
Pretty bad.
Yeah, but, like, I still think they're pretty cool. Like, I like exploring those areas. And also the act of actually shooting things in that game. Like, when you get a headshot...
It feels good,
you
yeah.
just, like...
that carried over really well.
Like, or when you do, like, the melee attacks, when you, like...
Or if you train them together with your partner.
Yeah, when, like, you do, like, the uppercut, or, like, the flying kick, you know, like, uppercut them at the same time and just squishes them and shit. That's cool. There's stuff like that, but there's also really, like, the one thing I genuinely but do not like about Resident Evil 5, I know you know this, when you're doing quick time events co-op, that shit is really annoying.
It's aged. It's
just the amount of times where it's like, alright, we did that, and it's just like, nope. And then the you died screen comes up, we're like, alright, restart. And like the the big dude that come from Resident Evil 4 that's just ripped out.
Oh yeah, I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah, and he's brought out, that part is just infuriating. Like, we were just like, alright, he swings, we both hit things, and it's like, no, you died. It's like, for fuck's sake. Like, that shit's annoying.
They just don't do quick time events well, and even with the dodges, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
They're not great, but they're not good, but I don't know if I'd say they're terrible.
Yeah, no. And, like, that's one thing I wish the game had. I wish it had a dodge button. Like, Resi 6 has a dodge button where you can press a button and you roll. Or not even roll, it's like you just do a dodge in a certain direction. Resi 5, you can only dodge if the game permits you. If the game's set, alright, you can dodge now. The amount of times,
on
like...
bosses.
Yeah, but normally it's like, it'd be saying if I could at least, like, try and sidestep someone.
Or
like,
even a guard, like 7.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, but it doesn't have. So if a melee enemy gets in your face, you're screwed. Or not even screwed, but you will be taking damage and stuff. That's another thing I didn't like, which I just thought of. Sometimes it's very unclear on what you're meant to do in that game. Like that boss when you fight, that one it's another one of the boring Ouroboros boss. It's the last one you fight on the ship, where it's like. We were there for like...
We probably should have looked around more for that.
We did. Oh, I went there though. So I saw that thing where I was like, alright, cool. I went there, nothing came up on the screen. So I was like, alright, cool. It's just there for scenery. And then we stood there for like 20 minutes shooting it. And then you were like, what's this? And it's like, you went to the same thing. And it was like, press X or whatever. And it was like, oh, look, a rocket launcher that you can use for this boss. It's like, I went there and nothing came up. But okay, game. But that is still very unclear of what you're meant to do. Where it's just like... There's heaps of times I found that game where it was just like, where are we going? Or like, what do we have to do in this specific moment in time? There's I realize there's a lot of turret sections in the game as well.
Yeah, they're not very fun.
No. Like, turret sections can be fun in games if done right. Like, I'm trying to think of one that is done right. Maybe they're never done right. But, like, Resi 5 has a lot of ones. Like, there's the one where you're getting chased by the trucks and shit. That's pretty good. But everything else is kind of bleh. I do like the whole item management at the end of the level, and like when you're buying shit and the weapon upgrading, it is super satisfying.
I was gonna say that's something that was kind of lacking was just the polish, because Resi 4 is just a really well designed game because it's got for example, you can find jewels, you can find like a crown, and if you find all the jewels, you can put them in the crown to sell it for more. It's got like little shooting galleries in between levels, like collectibles and stuff.
Even within 2's got that.
It's got, the merchant.
Yeah, the merchant. I have heard many stories about the merchant. He is the best character.
I know, why did I cut him?
I know, it's kind of...
Merchant, come back.
There's a lot of stuff like that. I think one of the things that I do love about Resi 5 is it is a lot of... Despite when being really annoying, it is a lot of fun to play, especially co-op. I don't think I'd ever play Resident Evil 5 by myself. So I was like, I think all of the fun would be gone. But co-op Resident Evil 5 is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like despite it being a pretty, I'd say a bad game, it is kind of in that so bad it's good area where it's like it is fun to enjoy with someone else. As well, like a game like Army of Two is not so bad that it's fun. It is so bad that it's bad.
Fucking boring.
Yeah, it's one of those games. Or like you probably I love Diablo and stuff, but if you're playing, like Diablo is like in a situation where like you've just like starting out by stuff and you're not doing anything else, it is pretty boring sometimes. So like it's not like there's other games like I'm trying to think. Danny, you awake? What's a bad co-op game?
Lair.
Lair's not co-op.
Oh, no, it's not.
She hates Lair. She said it.
Bad co-op game.
Yeah. Like, what's the one that's not fun to play with someone at all?
Portal.
Really?
No.
You like?
It's bad if you've got a bad partner.
I think that's probably what I don't like about it.
Yeah.
Divinity.
Really? Bad co-op. I think Divinity's better.
Nah.
Listen, Divinity's better with co-op.
Cuphead. I don't like playing Cuphead co-op.
Really?
Yeah, I struggle like to actually focus on.
Actually, no. I've heard that complaint quite a bit.
Well, because they make it harder as well with someone else. The boss is harder, although you can revive each other.
Yeah. It does give you like a bit more leniency with another person.
I prefer.
But the amount of stuff on screen in that game, you need to be able to focus.
I prefer Cuphead.
And it's called Cuphead, not Mugman.
Yeah, true. I do prefer it co-op though, because you can.
Pea shooter only.
That I do like the resurrecting.
No charms.
Yes. No deaths, no charms, no pea shooter only.
A+ rank. No. S rank.
S rank.
Neutral rank. No, pacifism rank.
P
I
rank.
mean, you got the black and white filter.
You get that if you get the P rank on every run and gun.
P rank is when you don't kill anyone, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't kill anyone.
S rank is you get the sepia.
How would you get P rank on like some of those running guns where like you have to fight a mini boss at the end?
Did you have to have the smoke dash on?
Yeah, to dash through them. Because you can do
You
that.
have to have that on. You have to have the one that lets you take a bunch of hits.
Oh, yes. Jesus. That's a bit ridiculous. But fair enough. Oh, man. Good old Cuphead. If only we
Love you,
Cuphead. You right there?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think the worst thing... I think the biggest issue I have with Resi 5... I'm gonna go to, like, my most annoyed issue. Is when the game is being horribly uninspired, it is incredibly boring.
Yeah,
like, the
it
entire
really is a product of its time, of being an 09 game, just taking itself too seriously.
Like, Chapter 6, which is the last 3 missions, it is just ship corridor shooting.
Yeah, it's on a boat. Ooh.
Yeah, she's like, but like, and annoying because the area before that was like the ruins.
Oh yeah,
where it was actually like pretty cool. You had all those puzzles. You had to, puzzles, air quotes, because they weren't really puzzles. It was just find item, put item here, find item, put item here. That's one thing Resi 5 lacks. I feel like they could have done a lot with is real puzzles. Like, it doesn't have any co-op puzzles at all. Like, they feel like you could have done some cool stuff where you'd like kind of like you mentioned Portal 2 co-op, Danny.
Yes.
Like, that whole thing is a puzzle co-op game. They could have used a bit of that, just like, how can we make a 2-player puzzle that 2 people would have to solve instead of, found item, put it in here, door opened, and then you move on. So that's kind of boring. I don't know, what do you think about any of that?
Oh yeah, it could be better. I mean, I think Resi's some of the older puzzles are just too hard.
Oh yeah, some of them are bullshit. Like, especially in the original Resi or the Resident Evil 1 remake, there was a few puzzles that stumped me really hard. I think that's why I didn't finish it. I got stuck on a puzzle and I couldn't like figure out where to go.
Keep good.
I am scrub. Oh, yawn. Trying to think about anything else. Resi 5's got a pretty decent soundtrack.
I don't remember it.
Actually, that's a good point. I don't remember it either.
Oh.
I remember enjoying it, but I don't remember a single track from it. Maybe it doesn't have a good soundtrack. I take back my statement as a pretty average soundtrack. Really, I can't really think of anything else. I think the main thing is Resident Evil 5 is actually like, I wouldn't call it a good game, but it's an incredibly fun game. Like, I enjoy it quite a bit. I don't know. What you got anything else you want to add about Resident Evil 5?
Oh no, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Alright, so is Resident Evil really that bad? Is it really that bad?
No, Resident 5 is not that bad.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say. I think it was just the time where it came out, where it's just like, oh, I feel like if it came out in this year, it'd be even more hated because it'd be pretty.
There's so few cop games, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, but I feel like if this came out with like maybe if it was tweaked, like it wasn't like didn't have all the setbacks that Resident Evil like of the time, like the graphical setbacks. Even though graphically the game looks fucking fine, but like I mean like not being able to move and shoot and maybe like fixing up some of the levels, I feel like it wouldn't be hated. But actually, no, if it came out now, it'd be coming out after Resident Evil 7. It would definitely be hated. But like I feel like it is like. It was only hated because it was the follow-up to Resident Evil 4, and 4 was, from what you said and a lot of people said, it's pretty damn fucking amazing. So it's like, 5 got hated a little more than it should. But I think, despite the fact 5 is I would call it a bad game, it's a delightfully fun bad game. So yeah, Resident Evil 5 isn't really that bad. It's pretty good. So yeah, I think for that we'll do our what have we been playing / doing / watching bit of the podcast, and then we'll wrap up. Danny, you go first. You didn't really have much to add to the Resi 5.
Well, I've pretty much already said what I've been doing. I've been playing Growlancer, Monster Hunter Generations. I keep on getting mixed up with Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Generations.
Monster Hunter World's not out yet.
No, but also Monster Hunter in Japan's named X.
Generations, yeah. It's called Monster Hunter Cross.
Cross, sorry,
yes,
not
Monster
X.
Hunter Cross. That's what it's called that's what Generations is called.
And then that's what the Switch
port
is called. It's called Double Cross.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really cool name.
Very cool.
Is it in Australia yet, or is it?
No, it doesn't even have an American release. It's only a Japanese release.
God damn it.
Yes. What have you been playing doing since watching, Eric?
I've been playing Bloodborne, as we said a bit of. That's good, making some good progress. I'm further than you now.
Yes, you've overtaken me.
I feel like the ultimate big man now.
I am the Souls Master.
Actually getting quite good at it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah. Getting a bit lost in some locations. On the boss is going to be easy.
Yeah.
Getting a bit lost.
Yeah. Good old Witches of Henwick
Lost
being
a
so
lot
easy.
of Blood Echoes recently. That pissed me off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't too much. I'm a pretty high level. Because that's okay.
I've got so I'm playing Demon Souls. I'm playing through every Souls, and I started with Demon Souls. I died recently, and I've got 40,000 souls waiting for me on the ground. Like I died, and I was like, nah, I'll leave it there. So I'm like, when I go, there's already a level of stress. I'm like, I've got to get those back, otherwise, like all these rinse and repeating because I've kept dying in this one area. Like I've kept dying, but I've kept getting my souls back. All the effort of like going back and forth will be for nothing. That's like the most stressful thing about Dark Souls, when the whole like possible loss of progress with the whole losing your souls if you die again. Man.
And accidentally going into like a boss arena.
Yeah, and you're like,
and to be like, oh, there go all my souls.
That happened with that happened with Father Gascoigne when I first fought him. I had 30 or 40,000 souls on me.
That's so early in the game as well.
Yeah, because I was farming the thing, and I went to him by accident, and I beat him first try. Like,
it wasn't Souls. It's not Souls. It's
Echoes. Yeah,
I still call it. I call it Souls.
I call that by accident all the time.
Yeah, I don't think
I said I'm gonna go save at a bonfire for the first time instead of a lamp.
Oh man. I said as well. I'm like, oh, I'm pretty. When I never said lamp or lantern. I never said lantern. I never said blood echoes. I always said, man, I hope there's a bonfire around here.
See, to be honest, I was calling them souls as well.
Yeah, I was like, and whenever I'd done, I'm like, no, my souls, and just like, and the game's just like, it's blood echoes. Like, no, fuck off, it's souls. Don't lie to me. Let's cut the shit game. Let's cut the middleman out. Just call it souls, because we all know that's what it is.
Cut the middleman out.
Let's cut the blood. No. I really hope that. Wait.
Cut the middleman out.
Oh, what's my movement watch? Oh yeah, because Danny got me a movement watch. These fucking slick things.
Does it move?
No, but it doesn't.
Join the movement.
Man, in the dark you actually can't tell the time. Or you can. You depends on the lighting. Because it's a very black watch. Yes. Yes. What else? Are you doing anything else, Eric? You watch any movies or TV shows?
I finished watching Baby Driver for the first time.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
As good as everyone says, or
I didn't think so. I still really like it, but just compared to some other Edgar Wright's movies, I mean, you've really got to watch his movies multiple times to really appreciate them.
Oh yeah, I'm a very big advocate of that.
Yeah, I just didn't quite get it. So maybe on a second viewing I'd like it more, and it's still a really good movie.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's as good as his other movies.
Like Shaun of the Dead or Scott Pilgrim and like shit like that.
The World's End.
Yeah, World's End is so good.
Yeah, World's End's amazing.
World's End's odd because a lot of people either really like it or don't like it.
It's a lot of people's least favourite movie in the trilogy. It's my favourite.
Yeah, it's my favourite in the trilogy as well. Purely because Gary King is such a fucking good character. Yeah. Like,
That's why, like, it feels like a relatable movie.
Yeah.
Like, you could be there.
Oh, actually,
Yeah, Bill Nye's in World's End.
Yeah.
He's in
Do you mean Bill Nye?
Bill Nye.
Wait, what? Wait, what's his name again?
Bill Nye. Bill Nye.
Bill Nye's the science guy.
No, Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
Is it Bill Nye?
Was it something else?
I thought it was Bill Nye.
Something Nye.
It's Bill Nye, yeah.
The science guy.
Oh, there's Bill Nye, the science guy, and there's Bill Nye, he's the actor. I think.
Yeah, there's Bill. It's Bill Nye.
And then Bill Nye.
And then Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Science.
It's actually William Nye, but everyone calls him Bill.
That guy, he's in all of them. He plays.
Oh, he's the voice at the end.
He's the voice. He's the alien voice in the end. In Shaun of the Dead, he is.
He's,
Sean's mum's.
Yeah, boyfriend.
William,
husband.
husband. Phil, that's
Phil,
it.
yeah.
We kill Phil because of the
Philip,
Winchester. Yeah.
And then in World's Hot Fuzz, he has a very small role. He's a police chief at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When they're like, you're getting promoted, and he's like, but I don't want to. And then like they keep getting. He's like, I want to talk to this manager. I want to talk to your manager. Goes through all these like different higher ups of the police, and all of them are British comedians, like and stuff. So that like stuff. But yeah, fucking love World's End. Purely for Gary King, like he is the best character. I love when it's like when he's just talking to the aliens and around, he's just like fuck off, and just like that's
all his antics,
Yeah.
just everything like the way it's done, yeah.
Yeah.
When he's trying to drink and he keeps getting the drink knocked out of his hand.
yeah.
Oh,
Just,
for fuck's sake.
yeah. Oh man, so good. Anything else you've been watching since you were Baby Driver?
Also been watching the new season of Black Mirror.
Oh, is that any good?
Yeah, it's not as good as the other ones, but it's got as good episodes, although it does have it's got a couple kind of weak ones. One in particular called Crocodile is probably the weakest episode they've ever done.
I know there's an episode which I was tempted to watch purely just on concept called Metalhead.
I just finished watching that one
Is
today.
that good?
Yeah, it is.
That's cool.
It's not amazing. It's quite good though. I think you're going to say USS Callister.
I have heard of that one.
That's a Star Trek one. That's quite good.
And I was like, ooh, that's cool. There's a Star Trek episode in
That's pretty cool.
Black Mirror, from what I've seen. Yes.
No spoilers about that one.
Yeah, no, because I know Black Mirror's one of those things where people. That's like one of the shows you don't dare spoil.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
USS Callister, they've been very careful to just not tell you anything about that episode.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
went in there just not knowing much, but I was like, oh wait, so it's like Star Trek themed-ish kind of? And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh okay, so this is how they're going to play it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Black Mirror's on our list of shows we really want to get
Yeah.
behind.
I was saying to Danny when you were out that you could just watch some of the best episodes.
Yeah, because I know like one of the things not all of them link together. It's just,
I mean, none of them really
Yeah,
do. It's just
yeah.
like little references. Like USS Callister possibly has like the first kind of solid reference
Oh,
or
yeah.
something, but even then, no one's really talking about it. So it could just be like what I thought was a reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it isn't really.
that's pretty cool. We should probably watch it. We need to finish watching Stranger Things season 2.
Yes, you do.
Fuck yeah, we do.
We need to watch Devilman Crybaby.
What the hell's that?
I have never said the title out loud.
I said it the other day.
Yeah,
That's a dumb name.
I've I've never said the
you know
title.
what's dumb named things? Dumb people. Yes, dumb.
R.I.P. our souls.
Dark Souls.
R.I.P. Dark Souls. No, it's a Netflix. Or it's a Netflix produced or made anime. That it's based on not based. Devilman's an old manga / anime from the
80s.
80s.
Oh, yeah.
And
Which looks terrible and sounds terrible.
oh
by the
yeah,
way.
it is very old.
I tried watching the
It's a
first
little too.
episode.
It's too old. Like
I got like the first 2 minutes in and I could not get it.
because there's also that, and there's also another anime on Netflix called Cyborg 009, which is another manga / anime from the 80s. So and Netflix actually brought back some really old and obscure animes.
And they made like a crossover.
Like Voltron.
True. Actually, I think Voltron does technically count as anime.
Did they? Wait. Did Netflix bring it back?
Yes.
Oh, I was joking.
No,
they did,
would,
they
yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, it counts as anime. Yes.
Yeah, dude, Voltron.
So goes
Not
from-
only does it have the old original Voltron, they've made new Voltron episodes, and apparently all really good. Like I've heard Voltron is ridiculously good, which I actually never watched. It's got giant robots in it, giant robots. No, but yeah, Devilman Crybaby, which I have never said that title out loud before. That's such a bad title. Like all in
It's
one.
not too bad.
Devilman Crybaby, yeah.
Devilman
Something like
Crybaby.
that.
It's the newest like Devilman anime that Netflix have made. But yeah, that's what we gotta watch, and we also gotta watch. I gotta continue watching Clone Wars before it leaves Netflix.
Yes. Before everything leaves Netflix.
No, not everything, but everything Disney related. Everything
yeah.
Disney related.
Which is everything.
Oh, we're gonna watch Incredibles before that leaves Netflix.
Fuck, I want to watch it again.
Yeah,
Because of the new one coming out.
every time me and Danny have gone on Netflix, like
It's either that or watch Watchmen again. I'd rather watch Incredibles.
yeah, watch a good superhero movie.
Watch a good Watchmen movie, Incredibles.
Yeah, watch the best Fantastic Four movie, Incredibles.
Yeah.
No, but like every time me and Danny have gone on Netflix, like man, let's watch a movie. We've seen Incredibles pop up, and we're like, not today.
Yeah, because
one day we will open up Netflix and we will say yes to Incredibles, but today is not that day. But like, there's been we gotta watch that because that will leave Netflix when the Disney thing happens when they get their own streaming service, which should be soon. I don't know when that's coming out, but
Should just have a bit more time.
Oh, sorry, I was having a drink. What have I been playing? I've been playing Demon Souls because I'm started a personal quest to play through and finish every single Souls game in existence.
I might have beat one before you.
You probably will, because I'm struggling with Demon Souls at the moment because of this area I'm in. But also my patience has been tested. But there's that. There's also I'm playing only a little bit more, but I've been playing a bit more of Evil Within 2. I watched John Wick 2.
What did you start yesterday?
Well,
What game did you start yesterday?
oh yeah, so I'm playing Dragon Quest 7 on 3DS, which is had the slowest start to Dragon Quest game I've ever played. But,
Is it actually gotten good now?
oh, now, but because I'm actually exploring and fighting and doing my RPG things.
Yeah.
But like, there's that. What else is there? I watched John Wick 2 for the first time the other week, which is really cool. Yeah, favorite. That has now become my favorite action movie franchise now because of those two. Like I watched John Wick 2, then the next day I watched John Wick 1 and 2 back to back. Had a bit of, I've been on the Keanu Reeves binge in a bit.
Whoa.
Wow.
Such a cool dude though. Does a lot of, he commits a lot to his roles.
A little bit too much sometimes, but you know.
No such thing as committing too much to role except if you're Jared Leto.
I was gonna say Charlotte.
Oh, Vegan Watson. Actually, no, Vegan Watson did well.
Yeah, no. But like, I mean, training for 5 hours a day for 4 months, for a film. That's like awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like really good commitment, like
Yeah.
and stuff. But like, there's that. But there's also like, me and Danny watched Get Out the first time as well. Fucking loved it. Such a good
it was really
movie.
good.
I'm gonna be watching it again soon because I want to. So this feels like I want to go back and just look for all the subtleties to be like.
Like you can pick up on so much in the first viewing, but yeah, second viewing I know you will pick up on more.
So I know I picked up on quite a few on my first viewing.
Yeah.
It's
not quite like Edgar Wright level, but
oh yeah, no,
they're still really well done. They're not like they're actually like stuff involved in the story, not like little hidden Easter eggs and stuff.
Did you know that Get Out 2 is getting a sequel? Jordan Peele's doing it
So
again.
they make Get Out 3.
Yeah. Oh, Get Out. Fuck. Get Out is getting a sequel.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. I remember when
I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, that's cool.
when we finished.
Yeah, no, see, yeah.
When we
did you say when I beat Get Out?
Yeah, I did say when I beat Get Out. I'm a bit of an idiot. When we watched Get Out, at the end, I was
when they get it. Oh, I don't want to spoil it. They get out at the end. They get out.
They get out.
Oh.
It's been out for like a year. It's okay.
Yeah. When I really wanted to see actually. Fuck it, spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Very end.
Spoiler.
When after he's escaped and killed.
And he gets out.
Yeah, he gets out. I was like, I would be so happy if there's never got a sequel, but I want to see, like, the repercussions of this.
I
T.S.
really don't know if I
A.
care about a sequel. Like, it's such a good movie, but I was just so happy with what we got.
Like, I don't know if a sequel could be better than
I
this.
want them to go if they do like a sequel in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
Like something maybe like a similar-ish concept,
Yeah.
but yeah, different everything else.
Or, like...
Different everything else, but with his friend makes a cameo appearance.
Or...
And then like the ending's the exact same. He rocks up in a police car. How did you find me? I'm T.S. motherfucking A. It's some guy he's never even met. It's just like T.S. motherfucking A.
I would love for that to happen.
I would also, like... I thought this then, like, it'd be cool if, like, the main guy and get, like, the main... I can't remember what the main character's name is.
Michael?
Is it Michael?
Is it?
No, I don't think it's Michael. Chris.
Chris. That's
Yeah.
It'd be cool if Chris...
Oh, I don't know if you guys know this, but the second episode of Black Mirror, he's in it.
Oh, sweet.
It's one of the best ones I've done
really?
so far. Yeah, it's amazing. I actually saw that episode. He's fantastic in it, and was like, this dude needs to be in more.
Yeah.
And then Get Out gets announced, and he's got the lead role. I was like, oh, it's
He
fucking awesome.
was
Yeah.
a really good actor.
He's really good.
He stole...
He's very good in Black Mirror as well.
In Get Out, he...
Daniel, what's his name? Cropper? Is that his name?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. He stole the scene from every single actor in that
he's
movie.
Fucking fantastic.
I love the bit when he's in the chair and he can't move and he's just like crying, but he's like doing that weird motionless crying where like he's just like straight face crying and you're just like, and I was like, oh, that's not fake tears, that is him just like somehow crying without moving. That's amazing. And like also just the amount of great lines and scenes he has and all that stuff. Like the scene like where he's trying to get he's trying to get out. We're trying to get his girlfriend to get him the keys so we can get out. Like that scene where in the one like the front door. That was like the most intense thing ever.
Oh, that was really cool. I like that.
Where he's like, where are the keys? And it's just like they keep yelling and stuff. I feel like that's actually one negative with Get Out that I had. Is there's that scene where he finds the box with all the photos.
And why would she keep him there?
Exactly. I also think in terms of execution, it would have been way more of a reveal if he didn't have that, and then he's like get the keys, and then she picks him out and does that. She does that finger grab when she grabs the keys.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool if she's like, oh yeah, and then she's like, I'm not giving you the keys. You'd been like, oh shit, like
it's just it's a few little things at the end that I didn't like. That really, that just. Not even hold it back that you can just complain about.
Yeah, they're nitpicks. This is a nitpick, but like I feel like if you cut that out, because like when me and you talking about it, Danny, and you said you kind of need it for that scene where she's in her room and it zooms out, or it pans out and it's got the photos in the back, and you're like,
but that's out of focus, so you wouldn't be able to tell.
You wouldn't know what those meant if you didn't see them before. But I made the counter. I was like, I feel like you could get the meaning of that. If they maybe changed the shot so that it wasn't so out of focus, I'm pretty sure you could get the meaning of those photos.
Also, why does she even have them as well? That doesn't make sense.
But I feel like I choked up to like even though she does this, she still likes them. Like she's like their memories.
That's why she said she was like, you're my favorite. Yeah.
So it's like, but like I feel like you wouldn't need the shot when he finds all of them. He could have just been like antsy, and then when she reveals that she's in on it.
I think that the only bad line of the movie is when I think he's driving away and her grandfather chases him, obviously in the other body, and she just says like, get him grandpa, because it's not confirmed.
Oh yeah.
But it's like just like confirmed.
Because all she says was like grandma, and I was like, what?
Oh, she says get him grandpa.
No, because grandma had been taken.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, grandma. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. Like, what? Yeah.
Oh, I bought that, but they're getting granddad.
Just the way it's said, it's like very like, oh, hey, just in case you want 100%.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a cool thing, because I watched Jordan Peele talking about Get Out, and he said, because there's that really odd scene with them when he first leaves the house, and there's the groundskeeper running.
Yeah.
I was like, was he like patrolling? I don't know.
He's just not working out, isn't he?
No,
it was his exercising, but obviously.
No. Jordan Peele said it is, and I was like, I wish I didn't had him tell it. I wish I found this out by myself, but this is how it works. Because he says there's that bit of dialogue where with Chris and her dad.
Yeah.
And he was talking about their granddad, and he said, their granddad was in the Olympics in the year that Hitler was in power, and he lost to the black guy racer. That scene where he's running, that is the granddad trying to improve his time.
Oh.
Because you think he runs and then does like a 980 and goes up. Yeah, so it's the granddad trying to improve his time. Which I thought was a really cool. I was like, man, I wish I figured that out by myself, but like it's cool to have like that is a really cool thing. Because that was my one thing. I'm like, I still don't get why. I'm like, that's actually really smart. Don't think there's anything else I've been playing since watching. I don't think so. There's a lot of Total War and PUBG. Actually, no, I haven't played a lot of PUBG. A lot of Gwent. I haven't played Divinity in a while, actually. I put that on the background.
Oh, yeah, no, that's me.
I haven't played in a while. But I think that's it for this podcast. Is there anything else anyone wants to add?
No.
Danny, where can they find us?
You can find us on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/The Ramblers Official Podcast. And on Twitter, podcast_Rambler with a capital R.
Yes. Also, thanks everyone for listening. Remember to, if you haven't already, subscribe, because we upload infrequently, but
we're going to go back to our usual schedule soonish.
Yes. But anyway, yes. Subscribe, give us a like, share with your friendos, if you have any friendos. If you don't, just share it with randoms, because that's always good. Oh, that light is blinding.
Turn it off.
Retinas. Yeah, everyone, thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Everyone say bye.